Hey, how's it going, guys? The most impressive touring spots in Tokyo that you imagine in your head first is Sensoji Temple. About 30 million people visit this place from Japan and abroad every year, and it is not exaggeration to say that this is one of the famous touring spots in the world. Big red lantern decorated in the center of the Kaminarimon Gate, the entrance of Sensoji Temple, is a symbol of Tokyo Asakusa. You can also see very beautiful streetscape with Edo-style buildings spreading out around Sensoji Temple. Sensoji Temple, known as one of the most famous touring spots in Japan, has a long history of about 1400 years, which is the oldest temple in Tokyo. The start of Sensoji Temple goes back to the year of 628. Fisherman brothers accidentally found one Buddha statue from Miyako River, which is the current Sumida River that runs near Asakusa. No matter how many times they released this Buddha statue into the river, it was caught in a net when they were fishing. They took it back to a village chief. It was revealed that this Buddha statue was Kannon Bosatsu. So they enshrined it in a small temple. This is the origin of Sensoji Temple. During the long history of Sensoji Temple, it suffered destructive damages, such as a great earthquake in 1041 and fire accident in 1097. But it was restored as often as destructive accident happened to it. In 1642, Sensoji Temple was completely destroyed by fire arrows, but the main hall of Sensoji was restored 7 years later after that. It has been kept undamaged for about 300 years from then. However, Sensoji Temple, including the main hall, suffered great destructive damage by Tokyo Great Air Raids in 1945 during World War II. The current Sensoji Temple, which you can see now, is the one that was restored in 1951. After Edo period, Asakusa was developed for a business district. At that time, Asakusa was a reassuring place that supports Tokyo's economy. The very first thing that catches your eyes when you go to Sensoji is Kaminarimon Gate, the entrance gate of Sensoji Temple. The formal name of Kaminarimon Gate is Furaijinmon Gate, bearing the name of God of Wind and Thunder. As the name suggests, on the left side you can see Fuji, the god of wind, and on the right side you can see Raijin, the god of thunder. The size of Kaminarimon Gate is about 133 square meters, whose dimension is that width is 11.4 meters and height is 11.7 meters. A big red lantern whose weight is 700 kilograms is suspended in the center of the gate. If you get close to the gate, you will be overwhelmed with its size and gorgeousness. This red lantern is basically suspended as always, but in May, when Sanja festival is held in Asakusa Shrine established in the property of Sensoji Temple, the red lantern is folded in order to make a space to let Mikoshi, portable shrine, through the gate. After you go through Kaminarimon Gate, a straight street leads to the main hall of Sensoji Temple. This is called Asakusa Nakamise Street, which is known as the oldest commercial street in Tokyo. Asakusa Nakamise Street is always crowded with people going up and down. The number of shops in line along this street is nearly 90. This is a great spot for those who want to buy some souvenirs. Since Shogun Ieyasu Tokugawa opened Edo shogunate in Edo, the number of population gradually increased in Edo, and the number of worshippers visiting Sensoji Temple also increased. At this time, the people who were engaged in cleaning of the property of the temple appeared. In the meantime, Edo shogunate gave them privilege to do business and open shops along this street to support their livings. This is the start of Nakamise Dori. At the end of this Nakamise Street before the main square of Sensoji, you can find a big gate in front. This is Hozomu Gate. On the left side of the gate, you can find a statue with a scary face that keeps its mouth open, which is called Agyo. And on the right side of the gate, you can find a statue with a scary face that keeps its mouth closed, which is called Ungyo. This gate was originally called Myomon Gate. That indicated that two guardians enshrined in both sides of this gate. After being destroyed by Great Tokyo Air Raid, Sensoji Temple was restored reinforced concrete. Just for a moment of time in the past, temple treasures and Buddhist scriptures were kept in this gate. So the name of this gate was changed from Myomu to Hozomu, which means treasure gate. The main square of Sensoji, between the main hall and Hozomu gate, you can find Jokoro, the place they burn incense. This is for worshippers coming to the main hall, and anybody can use this. Take the smoke from there and rub it on a part of your body before visiting the main hall. It is said that you can purify a bad part of your body. After you pass through Hosomo Gate, the big building in front of it is the main hall. The statue of Seikannon Bosatsu really shown to the public that even a priest can't see is enshrined in the middle of the palace, which is Kannon-do. The former main hall, established in 1649, was the one that had protected the principal image of Buddha for the longest time in Japan. In 1907, the palace was designated as a national treasure, but it was burned down because of Great Tokyo Air Raid in 1945. The current main hall that you can see now was re-established after World War II. Reinforced concrete was used for re-establishment of this hall as well as Hozoman Gate. The main hall of Asakusa Sensoji Temple brings you blessing of wish fulfillment. The main hall has Great Buddha that makes every wish in your mind come true, like engagement, business prosperity, good academic achievement. On the left side of the main hall, you can find Gojunoto, five-storied pagoda. This building also has the history that repeats destruction and re-establishment because of war and disaster as well as the main hall. This building was re-established in 1973 after World War II. In this building, Buddha's ashes that were sent by Isurumuniya Temple from Sri Lanka were enshrined. Omikuji is one of the most important events that you must experience when you come to Sensoji Temple. Putting it simply, this is divination, or fortune telling. You just shake the hexagonal prison box placed on the table in front of the box with thousands of drawers and get a slip out of it and find the number of a drawer that matches with the number written on the slip you get. You will find a paper written about your fortune telling of laugh, joke, and health with good advices. There are 6 fortune ranks in Omikuji, which are Daikichi, Chukichi, Shokichi, Kichi, Suekichi, Kyo, Daikyo, in descending order. Even if you pick up the worst one, Daikyo, you will find a good advice which you can get a hint to get your life better from it. If you get a omikuji with the worst fortune, you will have to fold omikuji paper into small rectangle square and tie this folded omikuji paper to the stand where so many omikuji papers are tied up. This behavior comes from the thought that you must not take misfortune you receive at the temple back home. When the stand is full of misfortune papers, a temple removes them from it and burns them out. This is how temple purified those who receive a misfortune paper in omikuji at a temple. In Japan, putting a fortune slip for New Year's resolution at a temple is a traditional event. Anybody can try this at 100 yen. Goshuin, which is a red ink stamp that you are given as a proof that you visit this place. There are various goshuin in temples around Japan. Sensoji Temple also provides goshuin for worshippers. There's goshuin which you can get only in Sensoji Temple. If you gather goshuin, you need to prepare a stamp book that you can buy at a stationery store. The contents written on the stamp book is the name of the temple, the name of the principal image, the name of the enshrined deity, date, and stamp. As often as you visit temples with Goshuin, you receive a stamp on a stamp book from a priest. Originally, Goshuin is given to worshippers who submit hand-copied sutra, but recently the meaning of Goshuin changes. If anything, current Goshuin is one of the stamp rally projects to attract travelers. In Sensoji Temple, you can get Goshuin at Yokodo, the building on the left side of the main hall. In 1777, Asakusa Denpoin was built as a residence for priests and trainee monks. Denhoin is a very wonderful place, but it is not open to the public now. This commercial street, called Denpoin Dori, has a trace of Edo period remain, even now. Thank you very much for watching. If you guys found this video interesting, please smash the like button and smash the subscribe button as well. Thank you.